What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? It's your guy Q, the movie collector, here again, back with another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be somewhat of a soapbox moment, if you will. And on today's video, we're going to talk about um, the limited editions or steel books, if you will. Recently, it's been brought to light that Nightmare of the Living Dead, 1990, the steel book that Sony is putting out. This is the Tom Savini remake classic that we've been vying for years to finally make its way. When it got announced, a lot of us horror fans were super excited about it. I mean, it's Night of the Living Dead 90. We're going to get all of the extra gore. We're going to get the black and white opening. I mean, a lot of things to be super excited about. But then yesterday, my good friends over at Monster Maul, if you have never shopped with Monster Maul, make sure you shop with them. I'll put the link in the description. It's a really great place to purchase your physical media as well as some collectibles. But anyway, an actual email blast came out in the form of a newsletter from them saying that they apologize for delayed shipments that may arise, or we may not even get it at all. So, and that's not exactly what it says, but I'll try to put an image here of what that email does entail. Shout out to Monster Mall because they're awesome. They're really touching base. They're actually a really great company that wants to keep physical media alive. They have it in their slogan. I mean, they really want to keep it thriving. But yeah, I mean, I was one of the affected people. So, and I'm pretty sure this is an ongoing trend that's happening with other stores as well. And this seems to be more of a Sony and Disney problem. Okay. And I'm going to show some examples of, they could actually eliminate that problem altogether. Let's start with one of these other brands, and I'm gonna get to I'm gonna get to it really quick here. You take a company like Universal, for example, and we know Universal, they have sales galore through Groove and Amazon. They have sales a lot on Universal titles. But one thing I will always say about Universal, I will say companies like Universal as well as Lionsgate, their movies are very popular. And you look at something like the Jurassic Park collection that came out earlier this year in steelbook form, limited edition. You look at the Jurassic World trilogy there that came out, limited edition, and then you look at something like Jaws, that limited edition steelbook. You know what's really great and crazy about it at the same time? They released regular editions of this as well, which made sure that no one missed out. And I want to say there were tons of copies of those steelbooks that came about. Just to give a prime example, I didn't pre-order those. I went on there and I basically ordered them. But then you have a company like Disney and Sony, which I'm glad that partnership is going strong. But you got one of the biggest releases of the year in Tombstone, which it came out, it sold out instantly on Amazon within, I want to say it took like a day, I want to say. And then it took a while for restocks to happen. I mean, we shouldn't have this going on right now. And the thing that really sucks about all of this at the end of the day is that it hurts on all different levels. Number one, I like to support the small businesses. I feel like they're more loyal. They treat their customer base a lot better. Places like Orbit DVD, Diabolic, Valoria Video, the Movie Room, Monster Mall, like I described earlier, and even Grindhouse Video. All of those places they've been pretty loyal to their customer base. And they put a pre-order up on the whim of thinking or knowing at the time that they're going to be able to fulfill a certain amount of pre-orders. You take a company like the Movie Room. Those guys over there are awesome. Anytime you go on there and you pre-order something, it'll tell you just how many are left. I wish more places did that, but that's a story for another day. They tell you how many are left once you pre-order. But then again, the other companies make sure that once they do sell out of that allotment, they let it be known it's sold out. The problem I have with this is that it hurts the small businesses as well as it hurts people like me who love the movies and is also a collector. It sucks because now it happened with Tron as well. I really wanted Tron. I really wanted Tron. And Tron just went like that. I mean, to this very day, there's people that have pre-ordered that have gotten either both of their copies or they gotten one of the two, or they're not getting it until later on in October. Thank you, Amazon. And now a lot of us are sitting here on the fence wondering, well, is the same thing going to happen with Nightmare? I'm not saying I don't have any sources, people. I just don't. I'm not that big yet to have sources. But I'm just going off my whim of where I've seen things going in the past. Nightmare is Warner. I don't think we have anything to worry about with the Nightmare set. That's just my honest to God opinion. I don't think we have anything to worry about. Warner Brothers seems to do a really great job when it comes to their releases as well. From their steelbooks to normal editions. And I know a lot of people love to bring up the fact that more and more companies should vie for both options. And that is true as well. But my thing is there shouldn't be any excuse. There shouldn't be an excuse at all. And I'll give some other examples behind the Sony stuff. One of the other pre-orders I'm pretty much worried about, because I did pre-order it as well, is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm worried about that too. What's going to become of that? Since, Sony and Disney like to make things extremely limited these days. You take these few releases that Sony put out. They didn't put out steelbook releases of these, which is shocking to say the least, because Sony is known for doing some steelbooks. There's Until Dawn, normal slipcover edition. You've got St. Elmo's Fire, normal slipcover edition. And then you also got Steel Magnolias. And before anybody judges me for having Steel Magnolias, I love this film. I love movies in general of all types. So yeah, this is a classic. But anyway, so they also had this, which is a slipcover. And I will argue that out of these three releases that Sony put out, this is a bigger classic than these two here. Why didn't they do a steelbook of this? But they were able to do a normal slipcover to this. Doesn't make any sense. That's why I say, they should definitely do the same thing with Nightmare 90. Not Nightmare. I said Nightmare 90. Night of the Living Dead 90. And to me, honestly, a lot of people like to make the excuse that, oh, that movie is not big enough or yada yada. Oh, it's big enough. It's a remake of a Romero classic. I mean, you can't go you can't get it any better than that. So my thing is this. I wish Disney and Sony would stop taking the Vinegar Syndrome and the I wouldn't even say Severin. I would say Vinegar Syndrome route. With making things extremely limited. It's not fun. They are a big. They're too big massively. They're too big massive studios. Can't talk today. And I honestly feel like they're doing their customer base pretty bad. I mean, they should make enough copies for everyone. You look at somebody like Lionsgate. Lionsgate is another example. A lot of their releases are just steelbooks. Whether it's an Amazon exclusive or a Lionsgate limited exclusive, they still have tons to go around. Tons. There's no excuse why Disney and Sony can't do the same thing. I'm just saying. So it sucks. It really does suck. and it pains me to even say this. Like, I really wanted to review those movies, but unfortunately, it looks like it may or may not happen, especially on the Tron side of things. Now, with Tron, there's a little bit of hope there because I can always get the UK slipcover editions, which is just fine for me because at the end of the day, I love the movies themselves. But with Night of the Living Dead 90, that's not the same thing, and it just sucks. It really does suck. So if Sony, Disney, if you're listening to my little video, do better. You gotta do better. It's better for all of us as physical media collectors. It's better for all of us who prefer to watch our movies on physical media. At the end of the day, it just works better. And I just feel like that. I feel like Sony more so than Disney has physical media collectors in their best interests. But lately, it doesn't seem like that's been the case, especially with Night of the Living Dead 90. And, Sony, they've made these nice little collector boxes where you get all these movies in it. And they seem to make a lot of those, and people who want them can get them. Um, but, um, but yeah, this just seems so strange to me. I just don't know. But I'll end this video by saying this: continue to keep supporting the small businesses. They love our support at the end of the day. I mean, Monster Maul, I love those guys. I've told them even after they sent that email that they will forever have my business, just because of how loyal they are to their customer base. And if you want to shop with them, they got tons of titles. Use my code Q the movie collector to get 10% off of all used purchases and even $1 off new ones. So until next time, that's my soapbox moment. Haven't had one in a long time. So, but yeah, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe below. I want to hear your comments. I want to hear what you guys think about where Sony and Disney are going with all of this, because it really does suck. It really does suck. And I really wanted to watch Night of the Living Dead 90. And like I said, I want to watch the Tron movies as well. But yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. Let's have a discussion there in the comments. But until next time, people, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.